Hey everyone, I'm Chris Long with Goatfish Digital, and today I want to walk you through the process of how to create e-commerce SEO text by using AI, specifically how you can create it by using Screaming Frog plus their OpenAI integration. So if you've worked in e-commerce SEO for a long enough time, you probably know that this bottom of the page e-commerce SEO text, it tends to perform quite well. Oftentimes retailers will have their product listings, and underneath this they have text that adds additional context to the page that optimizes for things like cosine similarity. Big problem is a lot of retailers don't have the internal resourcing to create this content, let alone create it at scale. So I'm going to show you a process that at least gets you 50% of the way there, something where you can use AI to create text and then pass to a copywriter to actually review. So let's say I was doing this for the Steve Madden site and we wanted to perform an initiative where we created this text at scale. What would that look like? Well, first I would need to figure out, hey, what types of questions would I want to ask on every single page? What will be relevant on most pages? You're going to need to customize this to your own individual brand and what consumers shop off of, but these are some pretty good ones for a fashion brand. So next I'm going to use Screaming Frog and connect it to OpenAI to be able to create this text on our behalf. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to go to Configuration, API Access, AI, OpenAI. It's going to ask me to enter my OpenAI API key. You'll go to the OpenAI site and then configure that. You need a paid subscription in order to do that. So you'll enter that here. Next, you'll go into prompt configuration. I'm going to click add. And then Screaming Frog has an update where you can now use basic text options to actually enter in the prompt. So I'm going to type in e-commerce SEO, text as the name. I'll keep ChatGPT and GPT-4 as the model. I want to extract from the HTML and extract from the page text. Next, I'm just going to enter my prompt here. So what I'll do is go and find the actual prompt that I'm using. So here I'm going to type in, hey, you're an e-commerce SEO expert, copywriting expert. Read the H1 and answer these questions. Answer 2 to 3 sentences for each one. What can you wear with this? How do you accessorize it? Is this still in style? And I added a couple of rules here. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And then what I would normally do would be go ahead and then actually start my crawl of the Steve Madden site. So I'm just going to show you the output because Screaming Frog slows the videos down quite substantially. You would find this text in this AI e-commerce SEO text tab here. And also you're going to want to set an include feature to only crawl the collections pages so you're not sending unnecessary requests. So after you've done all that, you'll configure and run Screaming Frog. Here I'm going to show you the output. And generally what we found is it does a pretty good job of answering a lot of these questions. Like here I go on the men's boots page and it gives me FAQs about men's boots. And here I can just see it does a pretty good job. Like what can you wear with men's boots? How do you accessorize them? Is wearing men's boots still in style? And it's going to answer these questions in a pretty decent way, enough to at least get a copywriter started. And then what you want to do is to have a copywriter review all this text, improve it, make it match your brand, add internal links, add additional content, and now you have a starting point instead of having to have a copywriter start from scratch. So this is a really powerful way that in a matter of 8 hours, you could scale out doing this to about 10,000 pages on your site. So if you're looking to add this e-commerce bottom of the page text to your actual e-commerce store, consider using this process and figure out how you can do it at scale and then pass it to a copywriter in order to actually finalize and execute to make sure a human actually reads it.